Hello everyone, I'm Dave Spelker and welcome to the VYPE High School Sports Report.
And I'm Matt McCarthy with LiveSportscaster.com.
We'd like to welcome you to a new show, a new way of looking at high school sports in the Louisville area. VYPE Magazine, in partnership with LiveSportscaster.com, has put this show together for you and for the students in the area to showcase their talents. If you're not familiar with VYPE Magazine, let me share a few thoughts with you. VYPE High School Sports Magazine has been in the community for several years. Monthly publication is distributed 20,000 copies to the 8 counties surrounding Louisville. That includes Jefferson, Oldham, Spencer, Shelby, Bullitt, Hardin counties in Kentucky, and across the river in Clark and Floyd. Each high school receives VYPE Magazine every month, and VYPE is also available to you through several local businesses, primarily Kroger stores, Dick's Sporting Goods, Hibbett Sporting Goods. VYPE High School Sports has proudly been covering high schools, all high schools, private, parochial, and boys and girls over the past 5 years. We thought it would be a great way to expand our coverage by partnering with LiveSportscaster.com.
At LiveSportscaster, we share a lot of the same passions as VYPE. We want to provide an online platform for high schools to broadcast live sports, as well as to provide shows similar to this to where they can share their talents within schools and have competition between other schools as well. So that's our passion, is to be able to bring high school sports to anyone who wants to watch it, parents, grandparents, and sports fans alike.
Now, this is pretty much a sneak preview episode for the show, but we want to give a little guidance to the viewers, to the students, to the moderators out there, because what makes our show unique is that actually you won't be seeing much of us after today. The students, the talent in this area, will be the ones bringing you the reports from the schools and the clubs and all the activities in the high schools. But we want to give a little guidance to the moderators and students out there because they've asked us, how do we become part of the VYPE High School Sports Report? Well, it's pretty simple. It starts with a contact from us, and hopefully we've contacted you by now. If not, we'd like for you to contact us at sportsreport@vype.com. That's sportsreport@vype.com. We'll be in touch with you, and we'd like to set up 3 to 4 minute segments where we'll be entwining that into our weekly broadcast. What would be the best format for the students, for the moderators to set those segments up in?
Sending any format such as .mov, .mpg, really any sort of H.264 format will work just fine. If you're not familiar with that, you can always contact me by using that same email address that Dave provided earlier, and we can get it set up. And I'm available at all times to come into your school and provide training if need be for people that need help with delivery of their videos.
We'll be more than happy to walk you through the process, because what we want to do is we want our high school students to star on both ends of the camera. From the production, from the taping, from the interviews, to all the action on the fields. And we're not just limiting our show to sports. We want all high school clubs and activities involved. Theater, band, it's all a part of what we want to bring to you each week on the VYPE High School Sports Report. And I think, Matt, we've got a segment to showcase for the viewers tonight. Comes to us from Don Evans' group at Ballard High School. Is that right?
Yes, sir. It's featuring Mike Jackson, the head football coach at Ballard High School.
This will be a great sample, if you will, for the rest of you out there who have said, what should a segment look like? I think Don and his crew have done a great job, and we'll run that for you right now.
The 2012 Ballard Bruins won their first district championship in 20 years, which in turn brings great expectations for the 2013 campaign. Head coach Mike Jackson talks about the key returning players for the season.
I got a few guys that have made an impact in the last couple of years that have some experience coming back. Primarily our lineman, Joe Harris, comes back, and he's offensive and defensive lineman last year. Sean Kadama is a kid that played at virtually really every game last year, a little undersized, but did a great job. Rollin Green coming back as a receiver that had a real standout season last year. Derek Strasser, sort of our leaders on the team, our captains, would be the main guys. Rex Wallace at quarterback, Michael DeLeon, linebacker, and Evan Gandy, who is really sort of the heart and soul of our team.
There are also new faces that will play key roles to the season.
I guess Rex would be considered a new face. He didn't start last year. He started one varsity game, played in some. but it comes back as our quarterback, and we feel real confident about Rex's abilities and on the field and as a leader. Mo Masden has done a very good job this offseason and has come back and has started to make some plays as a receiver. We feel real good about him. Drew Long on the offensive and defensive line looks pretty good. Sean Hammonds, I don't know if you call him a newcomer, but he's only a junior. He started a lot of games as a sophomore. I didn't mention Sam White before, but Sam started as a freshman. And we've got just a lot of guys that have really had a great offseason and we think are going to be contributors on varsity this year.
Bruin fans can expect a faster, high-scoring offensive game.
We will be a little bit more up-tempo, go a little bit faster than we did last year. We feel like we've got a lot more guys going one way, just playing offense. So we can try to hurry up the pace a little bit on the defense. So I think, Bruin fans are going to see an exciting game, where we're running a lot and it's fast-moving, fast-paced game, hopefully high-scoring game.
Inexperience in the secondary will lead to growing pains on defense.
Not a whole lot of changes on defense. We've got just a lot of inexperience in the secondary that we've got to try to, help grow those kids into the system. And they've got to learn, how to cover and how to play the run. That's pretty tough. But we're going to stay with our basic 4-3 scheme.
Being the defending district champions, the Bruins have a big target on their back.
It'll be tough. We haven't gotten to see the other teams very, very much, early in the season, but got to take a look at Eastern when they played against J-Town, and they've got a real good, strong group of kids, especially up front. Their defensive line kids look pretty good. Got a quarterback that's untested. He's not played a lot of quarterback before, but Eastern will be probably our main competition. Oldham County and Fern Creek have athletes, and they have the ability to be able to beat anybody in the district. And we've just got to watch and see how that plays out. But, hopefully I guess we're kind of considered the front runner for the district again. And this year we match up with the St. X and Trinity district in the playoffs. So we feel like we can compete with those guys too.
For VYPE Magazine, I'm Devin Jones reporting.
Great job, Ballard Bruins. That's a perfect example of the type of segments you'll be seeing week to week on the VYPE High School Sports Report. But that's not the only type of segment we're working on. I want to take just a couple minutes and tell you about different segments that we'll be having on the VYPE High School Sports Report that, again, we want the promising talent of the future to be here helping us with. We're going to have a VYPE Junior segment. Perhaps there's a middle school out there or an elementary school out there who's got some budding journalism students. We'd like for them to put a segment together for us too. We're going to have a segment called One-on-One, where we bring in two students. They get a short time, 60, 90 seconds, to debate a current topic, like should we have cell phones in our schools? Each student will have a chance. Then we'll put the vote to you, and we'll ask you, the viewers, to check in on the website and tell us who you think made the most compelling argument. We want to do a segment called Where Are They Now? Pretty self-explanatory, but let's catch up with some of the VYPE High School students from years past. Are they in college doing well? Are they beyond college, out in the business world now? We want the schools to pick some of their alumni, go find out what they're doing, and give us a report on them. We're also going to have a very interesting segment, Matt, on the recruiting trail. And we're going to have college coaches come in, hopefully talking to students and not me, but they're going to give you tips on what should you be doing as a sophomore, junior, senior in high school to get ready for the ultimate college scholarship. Maybe D1's your cup of tea, maybe D2 or D3. The coaches will be here to tell you the pluses and minuses of all of them. Now, I did want to mention one other thing. If you're a student or a school out there that maybe doesn't have the wherewithal to put a photo montage together, we'll be happy to do it for you. To give you an example of what we can do, we wanted to take our VYPE Athletes of the Month over the past year, put together a little photo story for you, and certainly congratulate and announce the VYPE Athletes of the Year. They receive a $1,000 scholarship each from Republic Bank. We certainly thank Republic Bank for being a great sponsor in VYPE Magazine. And we want you to enjoy this story. And when we come back, Matt's got some special information to tell you about the sponsors of this program.
VYPE Magazine's Athlete of the Month is sponsored by Republic Bank. Each month, from all the nominations received, a male and female athlete are spotlighted. At the end of each school year, from all of the monthly winners, 2 are ultimately named Athletes of the Year and will receive a $1,000 scholarship from Republic Bank. Let's take a look back at the monthly winners from this past year and see which male and female athlete were named Athletes of the Year. October's Athletes of the Month were Breon Thomas from Ballard High School and Chris Hubbard from Trinity High School. Breon was a member of the Ballard softball team and Louisville Diamonds travel team. She coached an inner-city fast pitch team too. She's an academic All-American and member of the Beta Club. Breon accepted a scholarship to play at Shelton State in Alabama. Chris started as goalie for the Shamrock soccer team since his freshman year. He is a multiple academic All-State athlete, a member of the NHS, the Spanish Club, and was senior class president at Trinity. Chris has committed to play soccer at Notre Dame. November's Athletes of the Month were Aaron Kiefer from Assumption High School and Steven Stallings Jr. from St. Xavier High School. Aaron was a Governor Scholar playing field hockey and running track. She was selected as a field hockey all-star, both junior and senior seasons. She volunteers helping immigrants to the Louisville area. She had a 4.0 GPA and was a member of the NHS and Spanish Honor Society. As a golfer all 4 years in high school, Steven won the Kentucky State title in 2011 and placed third in 2012. He had many tournament victories along the way. Steven has donated countless hours to local charities such as Make-A-Wish and the Ronald McDonald House. December's Athletes of the Month were Kristen Matula from Sacred Heart Academy and Aaron Daniels from Charleston High School. Kristen was the first student in Sacred Heart Academy to play 3 varsity sports for all 4 years: field hockey, baseball, and track. She was a member of the NHS, student government, and volunteers for Habitat for Humanity. Aaron quarterbacked his Pirates football team to an undefeated regular season in 2012. He was an All-State selection in 2011 and 2012. He also plays basketball, a AAA State All-Star. He was a member of the NHS, is a youth football coach, and peer tutor. January's VYPE Athletes of the Month were Chelsea Moore from Male High School and Nick Wheatley from DeSales High School. Chelsea was a standout in tennis for male as well as a member of the French Honor Society, marching and concert bands, and many other clubs. She was a Governor Scholar and has volunteered at Norton's Health and Feed the City. Nick was a 3-year starter on both the football and baseball team. With a 4.0 GPA, he was in the NHS and Beta Club. He was the recipient of the Harvard Book Scholar Award in 2012. February's Athletes of the Month were Tori Williams from PRP High School and Bobby Bryant from Trinity High School. Tori was a 4-year member of the state champion PRP cheer squad. She was a member of the NHS and Beta Club. Along with volunteer work, she also maintained 2 part-time jobs. She was voted most likely to succeed by her classmates. Bobby was a state champion as both a wrestler and a football player. He achieved a 3.67 GPA while taking all honors classes. He received the Uncommon Excellence Award at the 2012 KHSAA Football Championships. March's VYPE Athletes of the Month were Elizabeth Roberts from Ballard High School and Alex Lott from Christian Academy of Louisville. Elizabeth was a 3-year starter for Ballard as lacrosse goalie. In 2012, she was named D1 Goalie of the Year. She was a member of the NHS and Beta Club as well as in the Ballard Choir. She is also very active in fundraising and community projects. As a 3-sport athlete, Alex played lacrosse, ran cross-country, and track. He was all-state academic team in lacrosse and team captain. He was a member of the NHS and Beta Club. He has volunteered at Wayside Christian Mission and St. Joseph Orphanage. April's VYPE Athletes of the Month were Morgan Riggs from Assumption High School and Evan Hancock from Trinity High School. Morgan was the all-time leading scorer for the Assumption soccer team. She was first-team All-State for 3 years. She had a GPA of 4.0 and was a member of the NHS Science National Honor Society and was president of the Student Council. Morgan volunteered her time on a mission trip to Nicaragua and locally with Project Warm and visually impaired preschoolers. As a member of the track and cross-country teams, Evan was named second-team All-State and honorable mention academic All-State in both sports. He is a member of the St. Joseph of Arrhythmia Society and Trinity's Environmental Club. The May and June Athletes of the Month were Alicia Kompfleisch from Mercy Academy and Marcus West from Atherton High School. Alicia was a member of the Jaguar Field Hockey Team and IFHCK U19 Elite Travel Team. She also ran track for Mercy and has ridden and shown hunter jumpers since 2001. She was a prolific creative writer and was a field hockey umpire for the CSAA. Marcus was a 3-year varsity player for the Rebel basketball team where he scored more than 1,000 points during his career. He also served as a young adult prayer leader in his church. In addition to basketball, Marcus plays percussion for the Atherton Band and enjoys reading. The July VYPE Athletes of the Month were Whitney Foster from DuPont Manual High School and Josh Beams from PRP High School. Whitney was the key part of the manual bowling team after overcoming a physical disability known as arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. She had the 15th highest average in the region this past season. She started a disability awareness club at Manual and also served as an aide for Exceptional Child Education Department. She also participated in the Salsa Club and Campus Life. Josh was the leadoff batter for the state champion Panther baseball team. He holds the school records for most triples in a season of 7. He was the peer tutor for special education classes at the Ridge. He maintained a 4.0 GPA and volunteered in Special Olympic activities. And now we are proud to introduce the Republic Bank Athletes of the Year. For the ladies, it's Kristen Matula from Sacred Heart Academy, and for the men, it's Aaron Daniels from Charlestown High School. Each is being awarded a $1,000 scholarship. Congrats, Kristen and Aaron. If you have a high school senior you would like to nominate, please visit the VYPE webpage at vype.com/Louisville and click on Athlete of the Month, or call 502-454-8338 for assistance.
Great job there. So congratulations, Kristen Matula from Sacred Heart Academy and Aaron Daniels from Charlestown, the VYPE High School Sports Athletes of the Year. Matt, you got some news for our viewers about sponsorship for the program.
Yeah, we want to thank all of our sponsors for participating in the VYPE High School Sports Report, specifically for sponsors because it does help the schools around the area that participate. Chick-Fil-A, Becker Law Offices, Squire, Boone, Caverns, SweetFrog Frozen Yogurt. We want to thank them for being a part of our show. We also want to encourage other sponsors as well. If you want to help contribute to these schools that provide us with clips, a great way to do that is to contact us by the email we mentioned earlier, which is sportsreport@vype.com. We'd love to be in talks with you to figure out how you can participate and how you can help these schools. And also, I wanted to let you know that 20% of the total revenue that we receive from these sponsors goes directly back to the schools of your choice. So we want to thank all of our existing sponsors.
That's fantastic. And it is all about the high schools. Like we said, you probably won't be seeing much more of us on the show, which is a good thing, because we want the young men and young ladies out there that aspire to be in the broadcasting business, to be in these chairs, conducting our interviews, doing the taping, and of course, starring on the field. So with that, we'll give you our email address one more time. If you have any questions, please fire us an email. If you have a suggestion for the show, please email us. We'd love to hear your ideas. That's sportsreport@vype.com. And we will see you every Thursday with a new broadcast. But Matt, if I'm correct, all of these shows will be logged on LiveSportscaster.
All the shows will be on LiveSportscaster.com, and you can access LiveSportscaster.com by going to the website. And then on the premium channel section, there's a channel for VYPE Magazine. Just click on that channel and you'll be able to see all the archive shows there.
What's that web address again to find the VYPE channel?
It's LiveSportscaster.com, and then on premium channels tab, select VYPE High School, Greater Louisville.
Fantastic. Well, for our first episode, we thank you for joining us. Much more to come over the weeks ahead. I'm not even going to give anything away, but next week you're going to want to be right here with us. We've got a report coming from the VYPE Junior Department. The Kentucky Burgoo Club, under the direction of Patrick Fitzgerald, is going to have a segment for us. We've got some other surprises too, so we hope you will mark your calendar to join us each and every Thursday. But these broadcasts actually, Matt, are available at any time for someone, right?
Anytime on demand on LiveSportscaster.com.
Well, we hope to see you again. We hope you to see the students of the public and private schools out there that are going to make this show one of the most unique shows around. And thanks again for being with us.
The VYPE High School Sports Report is brought to you by Becker Law Offices, Chick-Fil-A, Republic Bank, Squire, Boone, Caverns, SweetFrog, LiveSportscaster.com, VYPE Magazine, EposVox. If you are interested in sponsoring the High School Sports Report, email sportsreport@vype.com.